This one's not as tough as if it was in the middle of the green. I don't think he's going to have too much trouble with it.
Greg Norman finishes his day with a 71 and a birdie, and that brings him to 4 under par, and at that he is 5 back of the leader, David Frost, who finds himself in trouble in the fairway at 18. We're going to come back to the USF&G Classic after this. Third round of play, he's got a 1-stroke lead over O'Meara and Tennyson. Pavin is 2 back. Then it's Byram, Elkington, and Funk. And as you look at the second page, we promise that we'll come back to complete our third round coverage. But right now, let's go to New York. The NBC Sports Update with Don Criqui. Don is still 1 back of David Frost, and we've got the makings of some high drama coming in tomorrow. We've got David Frost, who's been struggling with his game, Brian Tennyson, who's still looking for a win, and Mark O'Meara, the man who's been there before. Whose position do you like?
Well, you know, there's about 10 guys that can win, and Greg Norman's not too far off either. He's 6 shots back.
So we're looking for a great finish. Tomorrow we've got 18 holes of play. We'll be here until a winner is completed. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. Today's telecast has been produced by Larry Cirillo, co-produced by Jeff Hines, and directed by John McDonough. Our technical directors Lenny Stucker, Jim Johnson, and Richard Sansevier. Tomorrow, NBC Sports brings you the speed and the daring of Grand Prix motorcycle racing in the U.S. Motorcycle Grand Prix. That'll get underway at 3 Eastern Time. The world's best riders, including defending champion Wayne Rainey of the United States, push their bikes to speeds of 160 miles per hour over the winding Laguna Seca course in California. And then we invite you to join us back here at the English Turn Golf and Country Club in New Orleans for the final round of the USF&G Classic. And right now, David Frost holds a 1-stroke lead over Mark O'Meara, and Brian Tennyson will be here for all 18 holes of action until this tournament is completed and a winner is named. For right now, for Johnny Miller, Charlie Jones, Bob Trumpy, Mark Rolfing, and Joel Myers, and all the good folks behind the scenes who helped bring you this action, I'm Bryant Gumbel. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow in New Orleans.
So now, is there a crack in the armor of David Frost? Well, we'll find out when we come back. This is the final round. The drama continues at the USF&G Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it might be 1 and 2. Oh, he hit it thin.
Oh, he did hit it thin. And it kicks up, but comes back down in the bunker to the 18th.
Greg Norman is approached to 18. Mark Rolfing has told us he's got 205 yards. 2 iron, Brian.
Boy, it looks good.
Boy, this is a good-looking shot.
I mean, it looks like a Jack Nicklaus special.
Yeah.
Back at 16, David Frost has to have heard the roar, and there can be little doubt in his mind as to what happened. The Sunday Warrior hearing it here from the gallery at 18.
He's got the face so open here, he almost has to just be able to flop it out as soft as he can.
He rolls it at the hole, and he leaves it. It continues to run on him a bit Thought it would stop. He has it.
Big putt, big putt.
Right in the heart.
Tapping in for a birdie and a share of the lead, Greg Norman. Only the second birdie that we have seen on 18 all day long. This has been easily the hardest hole on the golf course. Greg Norman with a final round 65.
That's a little short.
Oh, yeah. Good shot. Good shot.
Not bad, though.
No.
A tie for the lead with Mr. Norman. Mark?
All right, Greg Norman, 2-iron, 18th hole. Have you ever hit a better iron shot than that?
The 5-iron hit of 15 was pretty solid too, Mark. It, you know, but under the conditions, circumstances where I had to make, I knew that David was 11 under, and it was kind of an in-between club too. We decided, well, do you keep it under the trees and under the tents and bore it in there, or do you get it above them and hope the wind pin makes an effect on it? So I'm glad I made the right call.
You finally hit a shot like that, and maybe can do it to somebody else. They've been doing it to you for a long time.
Well, yeah, it would be nice if it did. That would have been, but anyway, beggars can't be choosers. I'm just happy. I played very good today.
And the guy says, it's yours.
That's a straight putt, and he left it by on the high side.
He's hit it left. This ball's in the bunker.
That is not the place you want to be if you are trying to survive and come away from this with at least a 4. We're going to come back and see how David Frost does in the final round of play, the USF&G Classic. Back in a moment, right after this. Final round of play, as you can see, Greg Norman, David Frost tied atop our leaderboard.
Goosebumps right now. This will be interesting.
David Frost comes up short. The best that can be said of it is he is dry, and he's got a good lie in the sand. He needs to get up and down to force a playoff with Greg Norman. We're back in a moment.
You gotta be kidding me!
How many times can Greg Norman take it? Bob Tway at the 86 PGA, Larry Mize at the 87 Masters, Robert Gomez at the 90 Nestle Invitational, and now David Frost at the USF&G.
This shot here, I need to mention it, the way that the green is designed, from his angle, the green just accepts a shot perfectly. It should funnel right into the hole. If he hits it right, it'll go left. If he hits it left, it'll go right. So he's in a good position here to get it inside 5 feet.
You gotta be kidding me!
How many times can Greg Norman take it? Bob Tway at the 86 PGA, Larry Mize at the 87 Masters, Robert Gomez at the 90 Nestle Invitational, and now David Frost at the USF&G. Mark Rolfing, you're with Greg Norman.
All right, Greg Norman. What can you say?
Well, what can you say? He played a great shot, I guess. I didn't see it.
Well, it was an awful good shot. I mean, how many times can this happen?
Well, we just keep playing well, Mark. That's all we can do.
I'll tell you what, you've taken it awfully well.
Okay, thanks,
All
bud.
right. Back to you, Brian.
A man of strong constitution, no doubt. My goodness.
I mean, this is past the point of believability. I mean, you'd have to document it, and we have to believe it.
Wow. We saw one birdie here all day long, and then we saw two from Norman and from David Frost. When they counted most, before we get off the air, let's see if we can get a word in from David Frost. Mark Rolfing is down there with him. Rolf?
All right, David Frost, what can you say? Unbelievable shot.
Well, I had a feeling I was going to make that shot.
You had a feeling you were going to make
I
it.
had a feeling I was going to make it. I had a feeling all week I was going to win, too.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's watch it one more time. David Frost came to 18, needing a birdie. He pulled his drive left. He left his approach short in the bunker. And then one of the best sands players on tour calmly knocks it in for the victory. And first place prize of $180,000. And for Greg Norman, the disappointments continue, even as he plays as brilliantly as a man can play. Only 10 minutes ago, this was Greg Norman coming to 18, needing birdie, lofting a 2-iron from 205 yards. His shot only 5 inches less than David Frost. And one more time, here's a look at our winner. David Frost from the sand to win it all at the USF&G Classic. Johnny?
Absolutely fabulous. I can't believe it.
David Frost finishes up at 12 under par. Greg Norman a stroke back. Once again, somebody comes out of nowhere to beat Norman. We got to get out of here. Poor Johnny Miller, Charlie Jones, Mark Rolfing, Bob Trumpy, Joel Myers, and all the good folks who work behind the scenes. I'm Bryant Gumbel. Thanks for joining us from New Orleans, where David Frost is our winner.
The preceding has been a presentation of NBC Sports.